For the first time in a notation app, MuseScore Studio lets you hear your vocal music sung by real singers, professionals hired by Cantai to train a groundbreaking playback library that uses machine learning to interpret your score and lyrics. Here's an example of how it sounds. I shall not live in vain if I can ease one life the aching. Cantai can perform whatever lyrics you enter in your score, unlocking huge potential for composers and arrangers who want to include the sound of sung language in their creative process and audio mockups. To get started, you'll first need to subscribe to Cantai in MuseHub. Once you've subscribed to Cantai, open or restart MuseScore Studio and make sure you've updated to the latest version 4.6. Next, create or open a score containing some voices. Go over to your mixer, choose the sound selector, and go to Muse Sounds, where you should now see Cantai. Here, you can pick from various voice types. We'll add the Lucia Soprano for this example. The first time you do this, a small pop-up will let you know how you can customize this feature, which we'll get to in a moment. For now, we'll dismiss this pop-up and start writing. As you start working, you'll notice this processing bar appearing above your stave. This bar shows which parts of your score are currently being processed online, which usually only takes a few seconds depending on the size of your score. When the bar disappears, your score is ready for playback. Now, let's add some lyrics. Notice the bar again appearing as it includes the text in the playback processing. Okay, now that the bar has disappeared, we can hear how this sounds. How do you do? Let's keep going by adding some dynamics, articulations, and some tempo text. Cantai periodically processes all this information. If you change your mind about something, you can always delete some notation or use the undo and redo buttons. MuseScore Studio stores processed audio in a temporary folder, so these changes won't need to be resent for audio processing. For those who don't want to see these processing messages while writing music, go to Preferences and choose Audio and MIDI. In the online sound section, you can change when the processing visualization appears, from always to only if processing is unfinished during playback. This means your audio will still be processed as you write. However, you'll only see the processing bars when you press play if your notation isn't yet ready for playback, making it a more subtle option that won't be seen as often while you work. You can also set the processing bar to never appear. Even if you choose this, your audio will still be processed in the background while you work, and you can always rely on this small indicator in the status bar to see what's going on. Finally, there's also the option to turn off automatic background processing altogether. When you turn this option off, the status bar indicator turns into a button, allowing you to control when you want to process your notation for playback. This can be useful when you're tethering to mobile data or you're in an area with an unreliable internet connection. If you ever need to wipe the slate clean and reset all the online sounds in your score, you can go to Help, Clear Online Sounds Cache for this score. This removes all the stored audio data for the score you're working on and reprocesses it from scratch. Right now, you can write in English and Latin. German, French, Spanish, Chinese, and Japanese are currently in development. Over time, support for additional languages and even additional singers will be added. This feature is our first step towards integrating online sounds into MuseScore Studio, preparing the way for a new generation of audio developers. Since this has been a collaboration between our teams and other independent developers, features like this will be affected by and benefit from updates that occur outside of MuseScore Studio. What this means is that the quality of how lyrics are processed will continue to improve as this fairly new technology matures. We can't wait to hear how you'll use Cantai in MuseScore Studio, both as a creative tool and to get a better sense of how your music might sound in real life. Be sure to share your finished scores on musescore.com and subscribe to this channel to get updates about other exciting features we're bringing to MuseScore Studio.